Hi, my name is Stacy, and I encourage you to start taking action with channeled insight. Now, I'd like my setup to be on my table, but it doesn't work. So for now, you're stuck looking at me. To start off, I'm going to pull some numbers. It's just the first deck I grabbed, so that's what I'm going to do. Hope everybody's doing well today. Last time I posted a video, I didn't get any likes or anything, and I don't even think it was public. So I don't know if this is going to take off or when it will take off. Hopefully soon, but this is doing my best here. Had a really rough last couple of days. Holy Spirit, can I please get some cards? I had like a little rage fit, and minor, not like stuff. I was punching things and people, and it wasn't hurting anybody, just yelling a lot, just livid with all the crap that has been going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. So I'm not getting any cards. When I do readings, they're about me, because I'm not ready to tap into anybody's energy, signs, anything like that. I don't, I'm not saying that that's bad for anybody else. It's just they're for me, and maybe it'll help somebody else along the way. Okay, I'm being said that's not entirely true. So there must be messages for other people that are supposed to be shared through me. This is taking a while here. Any more cards? No. Okay, that's why. Okay, so the numbers that came out, excuse me, were 3, 3, 9, and skip. I'm using an Uno deck. So, and they're blue. 3, 9, and skip. So I already said I'm using an Uno deck. So, when we're looking at numbers, I'm sure everybody knows. 3 to me, I've got some inside out cards here. Oh wow, we're just gonna roll with it, not even gonna fix it. I'm sure everybody knows what 3 means. It's like the Holy Trinity, divine timing. I don't know for like verbatim. That's just how, when I see 3, I'm like, oh, okay, well, there's divine timing at play. It's a Holy Trinity, so it's definitely a divine thing. And then 9 can be viewed in 2 ways, as beginnings and endings. I don't know, just endings? Okay, just endings. So it's just endings. I'm sorry, I'm all of a sudden my throat is icky. No clue where that's coming from. It's just boom, all of a sudden my throat feels gross. Anyway, and both of the cards are blue, which, if you're following the chakras, is the throat chakra, and mine has been shut for a long time. I was afraid to speak. I was afraid to talk. I did not like the sound of my own voice. I still don't. But I've been guided for a very long time to do this. I only have a few decks. And there's a lot of fear behind why I haven't started. Like, what will my family think? I was raised in a very religious home, and you know, God is the center of our being, and then I'm, you know, been accused, well, that's witchcraft, and you know, that goes against everything, and blah blah blah. And while I don't study that thing, and I, you know, genuinely believe in divine guidance because I've been getting it my whole life, I mean, I don't know what is real and what isn't real, right? But I have faith, and obviously my upbringing has a lot to do with my beliefs, which I'm not really going to get into at this time, because, not to be rude, but it's none of your business. It just isn't. But you know, you'll get glimpses of, you know, what I believe over time, and you make your own discernment or judgment if you do choose to do so. Anyway, so for me, the ending in this way, and that the divine timing in this way, has to do with using my voice, you know, doing tarot. There's lots of reasons why the divine timing is at play, like lots of reasons. My internet is out. I'm supposed to be job hunting. I'm supposed to be, right, by my mom. And I can't help you out, blah, blah, blah. You got to make money. And I get it, you know. It makes perfect sense. I lost my train of thought. I'm still very clogged in here. It's no clue. I haven't had any dairy. No reason to cause me to feel clogged, sinusy all of a sudden. So my throat chakra is very much affected right now. And it's grossing me out, to be honest. Are there any cards that I can share at this time with people? No, not from this deck. So I'm supposed to continue just talking about these cards. So there's a divine timing with endings in things. And you know, you always know numbers go in numerical order. So the next number is 10, which is a new beginning. And I've been getting a lot of synchronicities on the clock. A lot. For years and years I've been getting these synchronicities, and I get certain specific numbers on the clock for 2-3 weeks at a time with in regards to a certain person. It's a good thing. It's a really good thing. But I'm not going to get into that now either. I think the ending is maybe to do with, you know, ending my silence, right? Talking, sharing my knowledge, my gifts, and I have plenty, just like everybody else. Everyone has plenty of knowledge, plenty of gifts. Everyone does. Everyone. There's not one person that doesn't. There just isn't. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for 1 second. There isn't one person on this planet that doesn't have a single gift, or some kind of knowledge to bring to the table. Even if you think it's dumb, it's not. It's not. There's a lot of people who think that their knowledge is dumb too, like me. You know, that's dumb. I don't have anything to share. You know, my voice is, you know, I stutter sometimes, and I, you know, trip over my words, and so what? So what? Sometimes I don't make sense. Sometimes I use verbiage inappropriately, or it doesn't, you know, it doesn't mesh. Oh well, right? It's no big deal. So there's divine timing to everything. I have no internet right now, none. And so I can't even job hunt even if I wanted to. And I attempted to go to the library, but it's 3 degrees outside, and my car smells like there's gasoline pumping into my vehicle. Fresh gasoline. It's hot. It's horrible. And while the library is very close, it's not close enough to me to walk and not be, frozen by the time I get there, or drive smelling gas fumes the entire time I'm driving. I don't know. It's just not. I just think there's divine timing in everything. There always has been. I have a book somewhere called Small Miracles, and I don't know who the author is, but in the book it says something along of the lines of whether or not you believe in coincidences or small miracles. And I'm a full believer in small miracles. Full believer in small miracles. Like, so for instance, I'm just going to share this because it was so fresh. I was driving because I needed to get out of the house because every little thing was irritating me, and every single little thing was I was just livid, and I had no idea why. I just mad at everything, right? Just this was like a temper tantrum thing going on, but it lasted for like 2 days. And I just vented and poured out my heart and soul while I was driving. Just what I don't even remember everything that I said, to be honest. I really don't, because I was just in a different state of mind, right? It was just channeling, maybe. I don't really know, but I was just in a very dark state of mind, and I was so thirsty, and I drove around for a minimum, I don't even know how long. I didn't even know where I went. Half the time I was like, I don't even know where I'm at. I'm like, whatever, just drive, right? So I did. And I was so thirsty, so thirsty, and I hadn't really been drinking pop, and I'm no money, no job. I'm barely getting by, barely emotionally getting by, right? Just head barely, above water, just enough to breathe, while I have food, it's not food that I want, right? It's not the happy, yummy food. It's getting by food, right? And the only liquids I have are water. And who wants to drink fucking water all the time? I don't. And tea, and like 1 cup of coffee a day. So it's just, I was just having a really bad day. And so I went through the drive-through, $1.06, and I'm like, I've got at least that in my wallet, right? So $1.06 to get a soda. And I pulled up, and he was like, hey, you know what, this is on the house today. And I was like, well, I've been living here for 3 years, and I've never gone through a drive-through and had somebody, this is on the house today. And I was so shocked. I think the sound in my voice was like, what? Why? Like, not in a nice way. And that's not my typical. But I was just, like I said, I was in a bad state of mind yesterday. And he was like, we give hundreds of thousands, I don't know what he said, drinks away every day, or meals and food away every day, and we just feel like today it's no charge. And I like paused and remembered that there's a person standing here in front of me, and I looked him in the eye, and I was like, I'm having a really bad day, like. And he was like, yeah, it's okay, da-da-da. And I just said, well, thank you, thank you. Like, I didn't know what to, like, how do you, it like shut me up. It gave me peace for 2 days. I couldn't find a single bit of peace, nothing. I was just, and I realized that I was privy to witnessing, an angel moment, right? Because it only takes, it only takes just one act of kindness to totally change someone's day around. And I'm here to tell you that was the yummiest soda I've ever had in my life. And not because I really needed something free or it tasted so great. It was the one act of kindness that I didn't think anybody had left. from a perfect stranger in my situation and the community that I live in. So, and it touched me like this. Except I think I'm more emotional today than I was yesterday about it. But it just goes back to my cards. It's divine timing. It's divine timing. Like, God's like, okay, I hear you. I know you're frustrated. I know you've been patient. I know you've been faithful. I know you've been trying, right? It's done. It's over. Okay? All this crap that you've been dealing with since you relocated, it's done. Okay? You can the sun is going to shine again. You're going to start seeing rainbows and butterflies again. And, you know, I'm speaking metaphorically in that sense. It's wintertime here in Michigan, and it's 3 degrees today. So, this is, and it doesn't have to be like a visual. It can be an aura, or it can be a feeling that's rainbows and butterflies, right? It doesn't always have to be a visual thing. I'm sure everybody gets that but me all the time. But anyway, so I just believe that there's divine timing in everything. And this surprisingly fills me with joy and peace. Sharing my story, my perspective, my knowledge. Now, this skip card, the card itself is a skip. But you know, the Holy Spirit's got to know that this means skip. But the card itself is red, and it's a no. It's a definite no. So it's a no to whatever's messing up your throat chakra is going to be cleared. You know, whatever is making you sick and bringing you down is cleared. Whatever is whatever harm and trauma that I have experienced, it's clearing out. Don't worry about it. I've got this. You need to stop taking the wheel. There's a steering wheel here. You need to stop taking it. This is not yours. I've got this. I've got the wheel. Everything happens in my time for a reason, Stacy, because you can't see what's going on all around you. Only I can. You can only see what's happening right here, right now, back there, sometimes up, you know, in the forward. But you can't determine how this is going to be. So you stop. You stop right now. And I will take care of the divine timing and the endings that could be wretched, awful in your life to cause you so much more trauma and strife that you will not come back from it. I will take care of this. You are going to come back. I will take care of it. It's mine. It's my burden, not yours. And that's what I got from these cards. So, shall I pull more cards? Is there anything else you'd like me to say? Because I was going to close out right then, and I got this warning, like, no. No, don't do that yet. So, are there any more cards you would like me to pull? Yes. Okay, so... please. Okay, so I'm getting the Starseed Oracle. I once had a guy I was dating call me his Oracle, and every time I see the Starseed Oracle deck, well, they're beautiful colors. They're just beautiful. And the reason why I got them is because of their colors. They're just, you know, very appeasing on the eye, on mine. eyes. Anyway, on mine eyes. See, I told you. I don't always use the best verbiage. On mine eyes. There just are, which is why I got the card. But every time I see Oracle, I think of that day when he, and this was 10, 15 years ago, easy. 2012 or 13, something like that. Long time ago. It's 2025. Long time ago. And he was like, you're my Oracle, blah, blah, blah. You'll always be my Oracle. Whether we're talking, not talking, whatever, you'll always be my Oracle. And, well, we all know what that is. We all know what an Oracle is. It's somebody who can see into the future, who knows things. And the reason why he said that, I'm just going to share this little story. I won't even go all lengthy or anything, but the gist of it is we broke up, and he wanted to come over and get his things without me there. Okay, all right, so glad we're adults. Yeah, sure, no problem. And he's like, just leave it outside and I'll come pick it up. And I'm like, okay, but it's gonna rain today. And he's like, he checks the forecast and he's like, it's not supposed, there's no rain anywhere in sight, this, you know, blah blah blah. And I said, I'm telling you it's gonna rain today. And he was like, whatever, Stacey, you don't even, you know, whatever, you're dumb, or whatever it was. He even didn't say that. I don't know what he said, whatever, it was a long time ago, but that was the gist of it. And he was like, okay, fine, can you just leave it in the hallway? I said, sure. So I left it in the hallway, and where it was covered, because here we broke up. It wasn't a good breakup, and I'm still thinking about his stuff, right? Which, who does that? Me. I'm the dumb that does shit like that. So, because I still care for some reason. You cheat on me, you lie to me, and I still fucking care about you. It is pathetic, but that's just who I am, and there's nothing I can do about who I am. So, sure as shit, it rained. And he's like, how the, later, he's like, I got my stuff. Thank you so much. I locked the door behind me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, you're welcome. He's like, how did you know it was going to rain? And I said, I don't know. I knew it. I just knew it was going to rain. And he's like, but how did you know? Like, did you get a body sensation? Like what? And I'm like, yeah, I have body sensations. I don't know. I just had a hunch it was going to rain. I saw it. And he's like, what do you mean you saw it? I'm like, I just saw it. Like, I just saw it raining. Like, I don't know what you want me to, I saw it. And he's like, okay. He's like, and then, a couple weeks or months later, he's like, you'll always be my Oracle. And so anyway, every time I see these cards, I think of that story, and I'm like, okay, so I'm an Oracle, right? And then I kept seeing that word, that term, Oracle, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm an Oracle. And Spirit's like, yeah, yeah, something like that. So, and I mean, I've always had the gift of seeing, okay, nothing else is coming out. Are there any more? Okay, thank you. Any from here? Okay, thank you. So typically I like to pull cards and then read them all, but that hasn't been the case today so far. This is my very first deck I ever received. It was a gift. It is from Life Purpose Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue. I don't know if I'm even allowed to say her name anymore. I think she jumped ship in the tarot world, which is heartbreaking because I've seen a lot of her cards, and she's a very gifted person. But there's no, in my opinion, there's no reason why you can't have both. But it's okay. It's all right. Everybody has to have changes in their journey to learn and get the lessons that they need to go on to the next chapter. Everybody has to. Holy wowzers. Any more cards from here? All right. Thank you. So be sure to keep her in your prayers. And, you know, if you don't pray, then whatever it is that you do to send out kindness and compassion to her and each other and to me. I'll take whatever love and high vibrational anything you can send my way. I'll gladly accept it, and just know that you send it, it's going right back to you. Like right back to you, because it has to. We have to change. We all have to be better for ourselves, so that we can be better for everybody else around us. Okay, nothing else is coming out, and I'm not going to wait. So for the Starseed Oracle cards, and I don't think I've ever seen these cards before. They're beautiful. One is I Remember. Soul Plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. And I've read this card before. Maybe not. I don't know. It does say I remember. There is a soul plan. We all have a soul plan, from what I've been told or read about, but I cannot say who said it. I'm sorry. I'm one of those people that likes to give credit where credit's due, and I just don't know who, but I think it might be a psychic medium. Anyway, I'm not 100%. We had a plan designed out for our souls prior to coming here. And I believe that 100%, because I've died, and we've talked about the plan and how there was an interception in the plan, and why there was an interception in the plan. I'm not going to get into it right now. It's maybe a story for another time. You see this? That's a nervous thing, because I'm uncomfortable with the situation. It's body language. You should know this, right? We all have it. We all have something we're like, oh, I don't really want to get into that. This is mine. Okay, and I just recognized it myself. Okay, the fated life versus the destiny versus the destiny life. And it's a really beautiful card. It's a woman. She, you know, has the color pink on, and she's sitting on the rim of a pool with a landscape definitely behind her, but you can't see it because she is in meditative state, where you know darn well, if you ever enter that deep meditative state, it is the most beautiful place you've ever been in your life, and you cannot bring it here. You would love to bring it here and have it here with you always, but you can't. And that is where she's at. There are definitely flowers with her, so she definitely has some passed on or ascended masters with her, behind her, supporting her. That's how I interpret this card. And she's probably feeling pretty happy. Any kind of floral scent for me it's a relaxing aroma that it lightens my heart. It lightens my soul, changes my vibration, makes me feel good, right? I'm like, I love the smell of fresh flowers. I love the smell of, I love it. And she is looking into water, a pool of water, and water can do a lot of different things. It can affect our emotions. It can kick our emotions into gear. I mean, what comes out of our eyes when we cry? It's water, right? Well, respectively. Anyway, it's water that comes out when we cry. And it's a part of our soul. The tears are a part of our soul, whether we're purging garbage or cleansing, happy cry, you know what I mean? It's huge part of us. And she's not really digging too deep. There's just basically you can see her reflection a little bit. You can see the angels, elementals that are present with her. the other sparks of life that are present with her, helping her, guiding her, helping her to figure out which part of this life is best for her, whether it's going to be fated or if it's destined. And honestly, I do believe they're one and the same, but this card represents it as being something different. And I see it as the same thing. So I just do. I mean, if it's fated and destined, to me, that means the same thing. It's a done deal. Like, nobody can change it. Nobody can they can maybe delay it, maybe, but maybe not. Maybe, I mean, I think that if it's supposed to happen, it happens, period. There's nobody's greater than God, right? So nobody can change it, not one person. You may have that belief that it can be changed, but it just can't be changed. Anyway, the pink to me represents a light pink. This pastel, to me, it represents a pure love, pure innocent love, where she is totally in touch with who she is, totally in tuned with who she is, what she stands for, and she is all encompassed in this harmony. Okay, but maybe she's doubting a little bit because she is actually looking at her reflection, and a lot of times when we look at our reflection, there's doubt, or there's a need to look into our soul, right? And the only way you can do that is through a mirror, to look into our soul and dig deep and be like, what what do I need to be doing here? What am I doing wrong? Like, how can I overcome this? How can I be better? How can I do better? But this card represents remembrance. It says, I remember. And maybe, just maybe, she sees her reflection and she says to herself, I remember, or thank you for being here with me and helping me to remember, right? And the next card also is surrounded by water and other planets. It looks to be like 3 to me, including the one she's on. So there's 4 altogether. And it's an earthy card. And there's a man and a woman. It says surrender to the sweetness. And I mean, if the man that you love is swimming, and in the water in front of you, and the scene is absolutely beautiful, and there are literally 3 planets that you can see surrounded with this earthly realm. And now I'm an earth sign, and I love the planet. Love it. I love its natural beauty. It's authentic, naked, natural beauty. I absolutely love it. Especially trees. I mean, and if it's a bare tree, it's even more beautiful to me than, no offense, but the leafy trees, because it has its own, you can see its own uniqueness, its own authenticity. You can see it. It's like naked. You can see it. It's right there, right? But it says, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. And when I'm channeling and interpreting cards, this is me making love to life. It brings me absolute sweet pleasure and joy. And it touches my soul. It touches my heart. So of course, if I feel passionate about something, I'm gonna want to share it, right? I'm gonna want to share it, and I do, and I love it. And it's about the only time that you're gonna hear the inside of me, everything about me, right? Is when I'm sharing like this. It really is, and I'm not ashamed or embarrassed. I am a little apprehensive while using the term elemental, because that just goes against, I get a little butterfly jump when I said that, because that goes against everything I was raised to believe. But when you literally see elementals, and when you have physical experiences and you see things that are otherworldly, that you've never been taught about, it's quite incredible, right? It can be quite incredible. Scary at first, which can make you be fearful and not be able to remember, because you're so encompassed in that fear that remembering is like, okay, well, it was right here, but now you're scared, it's gone, so you have to dive into finding your pleasure, your joy, figuring out how to make love to life, right? In order to get back to the remembering. And once again, what's at play? Divine timing. Divine timing. That's what's at play. I have to stop taking the wheel, stay in the flow, breathe, shower, eat, do your basic needs of life, and stay in the flow. I've got to move forward because this video is already starting to get long. You want me to keep talking about the same card? Did I miss something? I missed something. Yes? Okay, good. We're good. Okay. So the cards that came out, so I picked them up. I like to read them in the order that they fell out. So I've got options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. And she's holding scales. And the scales is not the first time that this has come to me, and I do believe this is Libra energy. And the only reason I can say that is because of a game that I was playing, and it wanted to know what zodiac sign represents scales. And it took me a long time to figure it out because I'm still learning that too. But it's Libra energy. And I don't know any, like, what my family's signs are or anything, so I can't relate to at all. I don't have that knowledge, that education. That's not what I'm bringing to the table. So if that's something you would like to know more about, then I encourage you to do that on your own. And maybe someday, in my advancement of knowledge on this base, I will be able to give you more information. I just can't right at this time, and I'm not going to give it incorrectly. That's just not who I am. So consider the career possibilities that are open to you. And I've been trying to figure that out because I've been unemployed for a month and I haven't, no clue what the career possibilities are. Like, what could I do? What am I good at? I have a master's degree in occupational therapy, and I've always worked at the chiropractic realm, which has nothing to do with occupational therapy. I love to teach. Love it. I'm passionate about teaching people how to do things. There's a very few things that I love to do. Passionate about. I love helping people. Love it. It fills my soul with so much joy. I wanted to do caregiving. I put a bunch of flyers out, couldn't get a single call. And nothing. No, well, we have people that do that. Okay, well, so I can't start my own business? Like, what? I was like, I've just had door after door after door after door slammed in my face for the last 3 years. And it's like, can you please throw me a line, honestly? And the free cherry Pepsi yesterday was a throwing me a line, okay? It reignited my spark, and my flame is starting to flicker a little bit, and I'm starting to get passionate again, and some of that anger and rage is dissipating naturally on its own, by just that one small gesture. It's nothing to do about the money. I had $1.06 right there in my wallet, no big deal. Nothing to do about the money. It was the gesture, the principle, the timing, the divine timing, okay, is what it had to do with. Nothing else. Time to decide. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. And this card of indecision and time to decide has been coming out for me for a couple of months. And it hurts because I'm pretty sure I already made that decision. I'm pretty sure I already made that decision. I don't entirely know the avenue of how to execute the, you know, I can't think of the right words, how to fully execute it into existence, but I'm pretty sure it's what I want to do. I just feel good about it. I feel good about it. And I don't see anything wrong with dabbling in a few things at a time. So maybe, I don't know, I would love to make a living solely off of doing this, off of helping people in this way. I'm getting a no on that. Spirit's like, no, this is, not going to be your full income base. But that's not it either. I don't know. Like, I don't really know that I have a say, right? If it's about divine timing, if it's all about what I have to say, then this card makes no sense, and so does this one. How am I the one that makes that decision? If there's a bigger divine purpose at play. I don't know. Music. Your connection to music is healing for yourself and others. I do have a very strong connection to music. Always have. Always have. If I'm doing something and I hear music in the background, it does something to my soul. Typically, if there's music, I can't not dance. I have to dance. Now, I incorporate music into my life, my daily life, where if we're going to use it in a positive note today. I've got lots of negative experiences, but I'm not going to do that today. When I do dishes, I have not had a dishwasher in I don't know how long. A minimum of 3 years so far, right? I had a dishwasher, like in and out of dishwashers have been in and out of my life. And I always say I'm not going to get a home with a dishwasher, and I always end up doing it. So I've always hated washing dishes. Hated it. But I found a way to make it fun. Listening to music that I enjoy, that I can sing along to and dance to, because if there's music playing and it's a good beat, even if the words are shitty, which a lot of times they are, but it's a really good catchy beat and rhythm, I'm gonna be dancing. Okay, I'm gonna be dancing, singing at the top of my lungs, sometimes on key, sometimes off, don't care. And I'm gonna get those dishes done, and I'm gonna have a damn good time doing it. I'm gonna get suds everywhere, probably because I'm having a good time, right? I'm not really focused on the task. It really is more so I'm focused on the song, which makes the task easier. So absolutely, my connection to music is healing for myself and probably for others, in that it keeps me happy. It keeps me lively and upbeat. And I'm sure I'm not the only person in the world that can feel other people's energies around them. Okay. So and I know who I am. So if my energy is low, I'm going to see gradually other people have low energy, or they're just going to be grouchy or flying off the handle, or it just happens. It's a ripple effect. Okay. And some of us are the key and some of us aren't. Okay. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way it is. And a lot of times I'm the key. I don't realize that I'm the key, but I'm the key. And I'm like, okay, well, I would like my day to not be so somber and sad and depressing and full of rage. So I'm going to turn some music on. And I think I did for a little while last night, but it was an epic fail. It did not go well for me. I tried. It didn't work. I was even more pissed off than before I started. So it calmed me a little bit in the moment, which is probably just enough that I needed for physical purposes and emotional purposes. But anyway, moving forward. Heart's desires. The angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. So that makes me feel great. Again, time to decide frustrates me a little bit. I'm a little triggered by this card. So thank God that the angels are here and supporting me. And I know they are because I saw a feather fly last night. And I have 3 cats. I don't have any feathers. There's no white. It was a white feather in my house. And so I already know. I mean, I already know that. I already know that. I already know that the angels are with me. I can feel them. I can feel them. I can hear them now, which I've been praying for. Like, I want to be able to hear you. I want to be able to hear you. Please let me hear you, you know. And I'm starting to be able to hear them now. And maybe it's part of an ascension or growing pains, right? Growth through healing through trauma, right? Seeing the divine angelic intervention that I received yesterday with that cherry Pepsi, right? Maybe just seeing that and really being grateful for the remainder of the day, including today, right? I'm gonna be super grateful about that for a long, long time. It will be in my journal. I did not journal it last night because I was journaling other stuff, but it needs to be there. It needs to be, it's a marked thing. It marked a point of an ending, right? A point of an ending. It was the marker for an ending of something that I was feeling up in here. I'm not really being led here. I was really being led up in here, okay? And it was a marker for this needs to end now. This needs to end. Stop. It's my turn. It's my turn to deal with this shit. You leave it alone. Okay? It was a marker for me. Okay. I'm going to go for creative expression. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. And it really does. Because last night, as I turned music on, which was calming me down, and it is that song called Calm Down. I don't have it in front of me right now. You know the artists, male and female duet, and I love that song. It does a little something different to me every single time I hear it. It can either promote joy, it can calm me the fuck down. It does a little bit something different to me every single time I hear it. It's perfect. It's a perfect song, right? It's like one of those perfect songs. It just brings a little bit of something here, you know, pulls whatever is going on up here out and makes me open this a little bit. So brilliant choice of music to those people. Thank you for doing that. So your soul longs to express yourself creatively, and it does. And every time I've tried to paint, and I really enjoy acrylic painting, and I will share my paintings with you at some point, I'm not good at it, and it's not like a beautiful thing. You're not gonna look at it and go, oh my god, it's beautiful. It's kind of hodgepodge, and I don't give a fuck. It's getting my emotions out onto a canvas, and I'm going fast, and if I try to focus, it looks stupid. It looks really bad. It looks like a 2-year-old did it with maybe their fingers. I don't know. It looks really bad if I try to focus. So it's hodgepodge, and it's whatever goes in the moment. And I really wanted to do it because I've had this background painted, which is typical. I do backgrounds, and then I sit and I wait until the time is right, when I'm guided to paint on that background for whatever reason. And this is a very dark background, and I was in a very dark place yesterday and the day before, very dark. And I wanted to pull that darkness out and put it into that canvas badly. And my awesome, wonderful 3 cats reignited the anger that I felt inside, and I lost the calm. And I ended up having to clean up cat paw paint, acrylic paint off of floors for a while. And chairs and whatever else was, and they wouldn't stop. They just, like, I mean, you can't, they're not dogs. You cannot get cats to obey. If you can get a cat to obey, please tell me step by step specific, literal, like explicit instructions how to do it. I have watched videos. It doesn't work. I have done it over and over and over again. It does not work. They don't operate the same as dogs. And I was just like, wah! Okay, it was not a good scene. So light and love, which I am doing my darndest to find today. Your purpose is to bring divine healing, light, and love to this world. This is absolutely beautiful because I've been lost. I've been lost for a long, long time. And I know I'm supposed to be bringing these things to people. It fills my heart and my soul to be able to give this gift to others. It fills me with so much purpose, right? It just fills me. My cup runneth over. If my cup runneth over every single time I'm able to do this, when I'm able to put a smile on somebody's face, when I'm able to pull out your inner light, right? And I can see your light. I can see when you have light and when you don't. I can totally see it. And it is almost like this. Not quite, but almost like this. It's a very visual thing, and I can see it. It's for me, it's more of a, I'm being asked not to share. I'm being asked not to share about what it is, how I see it, and how I interpret it at this precise moment. So maybe in a later video, I will share that with you. Is that it for now? It is not it for now. Would you like me to pull an animal card? A God card? Okay, so I'm going to end, hopefully, with a God's purpose from God for women. I don't know where the top is, but this is what this looks like. So I'm going to pull one of these cards, and I love having cards in my hand, and I always have. And my family, you should go work at the casinos, and that's not for me. It's a lot of loud noises all of the time, drunken fuckery. No, that's not for me. It's just not. It's just not for me. I'm typically more of a homebody. This house type of thing works out very well for me. I'm in the comfort of my own home. I can sit however I want, and nobody's the wiser as to, I can wear whatever I want. I mean, this is exactly, I don't have to wear makeup if I don't want to. I don't have to brush my teeth if I don't want to, because nobody's going to smell my breath. I mean, I did all those things, but I'm just saying, I don't have to, Can I please have some cards from here that would help me with this message? Okay, anything else? Ooh, okay, now all of a sudden things are coming out. Beautiful. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Anything else? So there's two sides to the cards, and I typically only read the side that falls out, the way it falls out, because they flip out the way they're supposed to flip out. That's my belief. If you don't like my belief, that's okay. Get your own cards and find your own meanings. This actually, pink? No, leave it. Yes? No, leave it the way it is. Okay, so they like I said, they flip out how they're supposed to flip out. Any more cards from here? This is, yes. So there's a lot of messages from the Holy Trinity, from God, our angels, my masters, my ascended masters, and my passed on loved ones, because there's a lot of love going on inside of here right now. It's absolutely beautiful. It's, and I appreciate whatever guidance I can get. Any more cards? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to read these as they fell out, but I'll show you how these fell out. Now you know if you can see it because I can no longer see what, I can't see what I'm doing. So the blue side are Bible verses, and the pink side are not. So this is blue, and it says, I pray that God, who gives hope, will bless you with complete happiness and peace. And that is Romans 15:13. Nothing in all creation will ever be able to separate us from the love of God. And that is Romans 8:39. The Lord your God will bless you in all the work of your hands, and your joy will be complete. Deuteronomy 16:15. I do know the books of the Bible, or I used to. Anyway. The Lord be with your spirit. Grace be with you. 2 Timothy 4:22. God's blessings are as wide and as deep as the ocean. Hope in the Lord. Psalms 137. The sun shines brighter and the flowers smell better just because I thought of you. That's beautiful. Thank you. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Psalms 46:1. I pray that God will be kind to you and will bless you with peace. First Thessalonians, I think. It's THESS. I think I have that wrong. 1. 3 ones. And I've been getting a lot of 1s. 3 1s, 4 1s, 5 1s, 6 1s, 7 1s. For a long time. Pretty much since my job ended. And like I before that, but even more since it ended. And 1s to me are an illumination of something new, or an illumination of something that needs to be seen or felt or heard or touched, or something that's still out there in the area where you can grab it. You just have to find it. And I don't really know if I've found it, or maybe I have, and it's this, and I just wasn't doing it. Okay. Because it does bring me peace. It does bring me clarity, serenity. It takes the focus off of me, off of what's going on up in here, and it opens this, and my soul and my light gets to shine, and there's a big giant fire, right? It feels great. It feels great. Special people like you make every day great. That's nice. And I need to, hear these cards too, right? I need to hear them. And ironically, I'm just going to close this. You can look at the verse. What was the numbers I was just talking to you? That's right on the back of this card that I just read. And of course, I'm looking right at the back of the card, so I'm just going to read it. May you be filled with joy. Colossians 1:11, I think it is. Is it Colossians? Anyway, moving forward, it's a pink card. There's no coincidences. It's a small miracle. It's a confirmation. Yeah, what you just said is exactly what I wanted you to say. And here I'll confirm it by giving you that exact same number on the back of this very next card that you pulled, right? That I let fall out. It wasn't even me. It fell out that way, and that's whatever. God's best is always worth the wait. And I've been struggling with that. With God's best, with it being worth the wait, because the wait has been long and hard. And the patience on my end has been hard. I'm 53 years old. I've never been married. I've never had children, and I've wanted all of it, right? All of that. And I've got this great guy. And it's touch and go, and I don't know, because he's never fully said the words, like, something that gives me something of, it's you and me. There is nobody else. Nothing. And I've been super, super patient. And it's hard. It's super, super hard to keep that faith and be patient. And I'm like, well, maybe I made the wrong choice. Maybe, because if I'm going to let you into my life and I'm going to love you, it's a gift for you. I'm not tooting my own horn. It's a big fucking gift for you. But it's pretty much a gift from God if I let you in. Because I don't let just anybody in my life to love. I just don't. I abstained from sex for 7 years with a partner. No partners for 7 years. To find me, to find love. Here, to find this, to find what's inside. And I found her, but she slips and falls down often, right? I found her. She's there. I know he's worth the wait. I know he is, without a shadow of a doubt. But there's doubt, right? There's always going to be that damn doubt. And is it the ego that does that? I don't know. I don't know. And there's just doubt. And it comes from the doubt, I think, comes from the trauma. And anything really can be traumatic. You get your heart broken, it can be fucking traumatic. You get your heart broken one time. Unfortunately, mine's been broken a lot. But one time, and think about the first time your heart was broken. For me, I was full-blown depressed for more than 6 months. Couldn't eat. I lost a shit ton of weight. Couldn't sleep. Bad dreams every fucking night. Constantly. Every time I closed my eyes to sleep, crying nonstop. Crying. I was devastated. It ruined me. It was as if, and he wouldn't talk to me. I got like a half-ass reason, and he was dying on his deathbed. And he fucking broke up with me. He recovered and lived, but I never got what the fuck happened? We've been together for a year and a half. Never got that. I never got it. Still haven't. It took me a long time to reconcile that. Like, it's like when someone dies. It's that for me, and it might not be that way for everybody, but for me, that's how much trauma I felt. That's how traumatic it was for me. And every time my heart is broken, that's how traumatic it is for me, because I'm ultra sensitive. I can't change that. I cannot change who I am. I can I can get coping mechanisms, but they don't always work. I mean, there's a bajillion coping things that I do, but a bajillion. I mean, I've tried a lot, it's hard. And I experience trauma very easily. And I'm sure a lot of people do. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's ultra sensitive and experiences things that would seem like a fucking mosquito bite to everybody else. It's a monumental, traumatic thing for me. It just is. And I'm not going to apologize for the way God made me. At all. I was made this way for a reason. Okay? Maybe I haven't figured that out yet. That's fine. But in the meantime, this is awesome. Okay? I vape. And I have not vaped one time. Because I'm passionate about what I'm doing. I'm passionate about it. It fills my soul. I don't need that crutch. Right? It feels good. I don't need it. No, I'm at the point where, am I convincing you or am I convincing me? Because I just keep saying the same thing over and over. And that's how I feel right now. So I just thought I'd point that out, because I'm not afraid to fucking point out my own damn issues. It's just, it is who I am. Is it who you are? It is who I am. How weird, right? So, I'm going to conclude this now. I'm being told not to, which is really weird. What other cards would you like me to pull from? So these? Okay, thank you. Oh, I didn't use my little cards yet either. So I don't know. My nose is itching. Okay then, Holy Spirit, can you please take away the need of me needing to go to the bathroom if you're going to keep me at this table? I'm just wondering, can you just subside that full bladder feeling, please? I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so, and it did. That feeling just went away, so I'm feeling super blessed. Like, and I think the sun might actually peek out for a little while, which would be very nice. I'd really appreciate that as well. It just looks like it might. And if you look outside, that doesn't seem possible, but it looks like it might actually peek out. So I'm so sorry. My nose is really itching bad. Bad, bad, bad. Ugh. May I please have a card from here? This one? Okay. Any more? Okay, thank you. All right, so happiness. This is a beautiful card, and I've been seeing green and blue a lot lately, which is the colors of this card. And it's a heart. It's a heart chakra card, green, right? Which I've been getting that message for a long, long time. Open your heart, follow your heart, open your heart, open your heart. Your heart chakra's blocked. Open your heart, open your heart. I'm like, I cry all the time. What are you talking about? No, no, no. That's not what that means. Okay, it's not what that means. It says, I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Now, boom. Boom. Like, I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. So, I just got a huge buttload of information. This makes me happy. Shockingly. It shocks the shit out of me that this makes me happy. It does. It makes me so happy that I have no interest in this. This is my biggest crutch. It's huge. This has always been my go-to. It's not been alcohol. It's not been drugs. It's cigarettes. Cigarettes. And every single day, and yesterday and the day before, when I was in such a snit, I wanted to buy a pack of cigarettes so fucking bad. I'm like, I just want some cigarettes. And I just want some cigarettes. And I toked the fuck out of this. And I had just bought it 2 days ago. Normally it lasts me a week. And I'm like, the fuck out of it. Like, constant toking. I was like, oh, which doesn't help the frustration, right? Because, nicotine isn't really an upper. It's kind of a downer. So, it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. But this happiness, I'm aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. And how beautiful is this card, right? It's a spiral kind of effect. And spirals, I researched for a long, long time because I kept dreaming about them. And they just kept popping up in my daily life. And I'm still not entirely certain what spirals mean. And I think you can put whatever meaning behind it as well as anything as to how it speaks to your soul in the moment that you're in. Right, same with any Bible verse, same with it's however it speaks to your soul personally, individually, based on your current situation, what your environmental attitude, like that's how it fits into your life at that particular time. And it's not entirely a spiral. It is a perfect ripple effect. If you look at the card, it is a perfect divine ripple effect. And there's dolphins playing in it. It's so harmonious. It's such a harmonious ripple effect. I mean, even the waves that the dolphins are spitting out, right, in their little fun frolic play, right, is happy. They're happy waves, right? It's a happy card, and I think that, this is the kind of ripple effect that I want to leave on the world. This right here. right? So as I heal, you can heal, okay? Or I can help you heal, or give you even a sentence. If the whole time that I've been talking hasn't helped you at all, okay, that's fine. But maybe a second sentence did, or a word, and you're like, a word was a confirmation in what I said. Like, darn it, I've been seeing that too. Or I didn't even think about that. That's whatever. It's a no-brainer. Like, whatever the case may be. Maybe that would be cool, right? That would be so cool. But happiness is key. And I've been telling people for a long time, you need to laugh. Just laugh. And they're like, well, you don't understand. I've got this bad foot pain. And I'm like, you need to start laughing. I don't care if it hurts to laugh. Laugh. And sometimes when you're in those balls of fury or pain, chronic pain, or utter frustration, you can't laugh. It just isn't there, because and that's okay, because you need to be in those moments. You need to be able to feel angry and frustrated, because if you don't allow yourself to face those emotions when they're there, it will eat you alive. Your spark will go out, and you'll have to find, some genius out there who can figure out how to reignite that spark. Because if once your spark goes out, you're in big fucking trouble, right? You're in big fucking trouble. They say, I don't know who, I've heard somewhere along the way, that it never goes out. You can't ever fully extinguish your spark, ever. Which is a godsend, right? That's a godsend. That's a blessing, from the universe, from God. I use those words interchangeably. You do what you see fit. I don't care. Don't share. I don't give a shit. Sorry. You can share, just, I don't care. No offense. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Okay, fine. I care. Gosh, I'm being grouched at a little bit here by my guys. Like, yes, you do care. Yes, you do. Don't say that. Okay, you're right. They're right. I'm right. They're right. You're right. I'm not right. Okay. Moving onward. There is a lot of green on my table. Ironically, I had a lot of cards that fell out from this deck, and they're green. So maybe there's a hidden thing behind this. Maybe her intention was to, maybe not, but maybe her intention was, well, I'm going to do it on a green background because it comes from my heart, my soul, and I want to ignite someone's spark, ignite their light, right? Open their heart chakra and get it going. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I just picked up on that, which is fine. Either way, whether it was her idea or mine, it doesn't really matter. That's the intention that she put on these cards. However we interpret it, that's the intention she wanted. Because why would you design a card if you can't interpret it in any way that you see fit, right? That was her intention. It's her intention. It came from someone else, from her. That's where she got it from, okay? It's a ripple effect is what it is. It's a ripple effect. And I always wondered when I watched tarot card readers, when they were talking, how they stayed in tune with what they were doing, and they would pick up random cards and be like, oh, it ties down to this. And they're right. It does. I'll be like, oh my gosh, you're such geniuses. But it's a natural thing. It's natural. So if you ever try to do this, especially if you're passionate about it, which I am, I'm still trying to convince me, right? Not really, because I am, right? I'm just so excited. It's a ripple effect, and everything is. And the key to this ripple effect is you decide. You decide. There's nothing in the center here. There's nothing there. So it's open for interpretation. You decide what your happiness is going to be. You figure it out. Nobody can figure this out for you, and nobody can fill this cup for you. Not one person. Not an animal, not a person. You have to figure out what fills you here. What makes you happy? What makes your light shine? What makes your cup runneth over? No person can do this for you. Not one. And you want them to. You're always going to want them to. Always. You're always going to want them to fill your cup. It's a human nature. They can't. They have their own shit going on. And we have to respect that, right? That's that invisible boundary I was talking about yesterday. We all have an invisible boundary. And a lot of things that have been coming out through the grapevine, I'm going to say through the grapevine because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. You have to set your boundaries. No, you fucking don't. You don't have to fucking set any boundaries. If you don't know how to set boundaries, it is not up to me to set a boundary. It is up to you to not fucking cross it. Get to know me, figure out my likes, my dislikes, my strengths, my weaknesses, and don't fucking cross it. And there's a general boundary anyway that we were all raised with, that we innately know. We innately, all of us, know the difference between right and wrong. All of us. That's not a learned thing. It is a innate knowledge that we are all born with right and wrong, okay, with morals. Some of us learned extras along the way, but it's an innate knowledge. So if you purposely cross my boundary because it gives you a thrill of excitement of I pushed her boundary, you know goddamn well you fucking crossed my boundary. You should probably expect. See, I use words wrong. You should probably expect a shitty fucking response from me for doing that. And I'm tired of people being like, you need to set boundaries. You need to fucking kiss my ass. I don't need to set any boundary. You need to fucking mind your own damn boundaries and don't worry about mine. When you cross my line, when you cross my boundary, I'm going to let you know. Okay? I'll tell you, you fucking crossed the line. Maybe. I've been silent for so long, I don't even know if I can say that to somebody, right? And I've been taught, like, you can't be disrespectful to people. You can't say that. You can't say that. I've been written up at jobs for saying something. You can't say that. Fuck you. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I can say whatever the fuck I want, right? I wasn't rude. I was a compliment. You don't like my compliment, it's because your ego's fucked up. That's not because of me. I complimented you. If you did not take that as a compliment, it was genuine and sincere from my heart. And maybe I didn't use the right verbiage in the right chronological order that's according to the social norm. maybe I didn't do it that right way for you. I did the best I could. I gave you a compliment. You want to write me up for that? Go for it. I mean, within reason, right? Oh, we know each other's boundaries within reason. We don't just reach out and touch people. People don't typically like that, right? It just depends on the situation. It's okay in church. Everybody's typically in church that it's a family gathering, and it's okay. Everybody, touches each. But there's a line. There's a non-verbal line there, and you can tell when people don't want to be touched. And if you're not reading the body language and you're not reading the facial expressions, you need to fucking do your homework. You need to read up on some shit. You should innately know whether or not somebody's pissed off at you, irritated by you. You should just know that. Because if you're an adult, and I'm talking to adults here, I'm not talking to kids, right? This is an adult channel. I'm talking to adults. If you're an adult and you've been around observing life long enough and other people's long enough, you know whether or not somebody's pissed off or if they're happy. You know the difference. You know the difference. You know what somebody's boundary already is in any given situation. You know that. So, I'm a little triggered by that message that has been being said for a couple of months now. You need to set boundaries. You need to fucking kiss my ass. Set your own damn boundaries. don't worry about mine. And when you cross mine, I'll try to politely say to you, you're kind of crossing a boundary. But it's, I'm learning. I'm learning how to use that verbiage with people. Like you crossed a boundary. I don't appreciate that. And I don't even really know how to respond if there's kickback if I should ever have to say to something like that to somebody, because typically people just don't do it, but sometimes they do. There are all those little fuckers out there to think like, I'm gonna push the button because you fucking told me not to. Okay, well, if we're friends, I kind of expect you to do that because that's the kind of fucker that you are, and I expect that out of you. But if we're not friends, you really crossed the line. Right now, where do I go from here? Do I go to HR? Where do I go from here? What do we do here? So there's already a boundary there, people. Let's try to respect each other, shall we? Try to have some tact and some class in any given situation or form, if at all possible. That's way off base from what this reading is about, but I get triggered. It is just a little confirmation of this isn't always feasible. It's not always a feasible thing, but finding it is. It's always feasible. It's never a bad time to find it. Through anything, any trauma, any circumstance, any negativity, any frustration, chronic pain. Find it. I don't care what you got to do to find it. I don't care. I was driving yesterday, I think it was, and I was guided to turn down this road, and doggone, I'm so thankful for the vehicle that I have. It is a used vehicle. It's the first time since I was in my late teens that I've ever had to drive a used vehicle. I've been driving leases since I was very young, and you just can't get into a $250 or $200 lease anymore. You just can't. It's used, and it's not the best, in rain. It slips and slides in the rain, and this was an icy dirt road, and I was like, I don't want to go down that road. And I got that, you're going, and I'm like, I don't want to go down that road. And and I've been working on that faith, right? And you can put the faith in whatever it is that you need to put the faith on. If that's something that you need to work on, you can put it into your daily life, right? If you're working on faith. So I was driving, not knowing where I was going, not wanting to drive down this icy dirt road. And it was like, I passed it. So I'm like, I'm not driving down that road, like I have free will, which I do. But I've also learned when you don't listen to your guidance, you're going to fucking pay for it. And I'll get back to that in a minute, but you can have a fucked up windshield because you didn't listen to your guidance. Okay. It's not your guidance fault. It's not your guide's fault or your angel's fault. They're told you not to go that way because this is going to happen, whether you like it or not. It's just going to happen. There's some things in the future that you cannot change. It doesn't have anything to do with you. It's the exact circumstances that'll make it happen. And I saw it happen. I knew it was going to happen, and it did. I did. So because I didn't listen, not to go that way. Anyway, so I was like, oh, so I turned around and I drove down this road. Now, my dog passed away. I had to put her down. Hi, Trinity. I had to put her down in the end of October on Sweetest Day. I didn't even know it was Sweetest Day until later. Anyway, which was a very huge gift that day. Anyway, not getting into that. I turn down the road and I look up, and in the sky is a cloud, and it makes me think of my dog. Will you please not do that? Thank you. Come here. So I'm gonna have to close this reading because my kitty cat needs some attention, and I'm talking about my cat. Be careful. No dirty minds. I know it's me. Anyway, I just got a lot of commotion at that exact moment. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I saw in the clouds her, like her form, her body outline, and she's cockapoo. So, the puffy head, the longer ears, and it's a cloud, so of course it's puffy, right? So that's what I saw in the sky, and I was like, is this all you wanted me to see? And I got a yes. And I was like, oh, but it calmed me, because like I said, I was in a rage. Okay, I was very upset, and God's like, if you don't calm the fuck down, you're over 50, you can't get excited like this anymore. You don't eat right. I've been doing the very best I can to protect you and keep you safe, but you are not doing right here. Calm the fuck down, right? You need to calm the fuck down. And I could feel my blood pressure rising. I had all those symptoms. I could feel it. So, I knew I was reaching a danger zone, but I didn't care, right? And that's not good. So, and it calmed me down. It calmed me down and made me think of her. And there's so much unconditional love with dogs, especially. I mean, probably with cats too, but having cats is a very new thing for me. Okay, very, very new thing. So the unconditional love between me and my dog that I had with her, this bond for 14 years, it is the longest relationship I've ever had outside of family in my life. Always, outside of family. Obviously she's family, but it's the longest relationship I've ever had. The longest the longest, whether it would be related to work, partnership, friendship. Friends come and go, and I have some friends that I haven't talked to in years, but when I do, because I will, it's just the way our friendships are, we're gonna pick up where there was never a 20-year gap. It's just the way it is, right? It's just the way it is. Pick up right where we left off, and there was never a gap. And you talk about the few changes, but that's it. Way off track. No clue what I was saying. The unconditional love was thick with her, and the divine timing or purpose in that was, you need to stop, calm the fuck down, and let me take care of you, let me love you. Okay, and if my love isn't enough for you because you can't see it and you can't physically feel it, then I'm gonna give it to you through this cloud that's gonna make you think of your dog that I sent to you 14 years ago. So find your happiness. Find it, even if it's in a cloud. Okay. So maybe one day I'll share a picture, but I'm one of those, what is that called? Pareidolia or something like that. I'm one of those people, and I love it. I love it about me. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's a mental health condition. Fuck you. It's not. No, it's not. That's the bullshit that they want to put out there, because you gotta have whatever. I don't even want to get into that drama. Whatever. It's not a mental health condition, and if it is, then I gladly accept it. Okay, I'll wear it with flying color. Don't care. I love it. Right. So, and I'm one of those people that sees faces and everything. Now, I'm not like the conspiracy, like, oh, it's a extraterrestrial. No, I don't. That's not me. It's to me, it's like, oh, cool, something came to visit me today, or look what God gave me today. What a gift. Thank you so much for that. That's how I interpret it. It's a big giant thank you. It's that little small miracle that I need. And I get a good 10 or more every single day. But because I look for them. I just look for it, and I'm constantly looking around in my surroundings. Constantly. The sky, the snow, like, what kind of, design, like if I'm having a bad day, I'll look outside and I'll look down and be like, holy shit, there's a heart in the snow, or there's a smiley face, or, it's just who I am. It's just, and I'm like, thank you for that. Thank you. It brightened my day, or it, gave me a smile, or gave me a chuckle, or whatever. But whatever makes you happy, if those things are too immature for you, or childish for you, or whatever, then do something else. Whatever makes you happy. Play a video game, go smoke a cigarette. If that's what makes you happy, do it. Like, whatever. I mean, the reason why I don't go smoke a cigarette because I want to is because it's a really hard addiction for me, and it's hard for me to quit, and it stinks, and then I have a bad breath, and I'm kind of worried about the bad breath, and I smell like a walking ashtray, and I'm worried about smelling like it's because of my own self, like, worth, confidence, or esteem. It's to do with me, and it doesn't really have anything to do with anybody else. It's just more me. And there's gonna be a day where I can do a casual smoke, but I'm not there. I'm not there yet. To have a casual cigarette, and I envy the people who have that capability. I like. Oh my God, they're so lucky. They're so lucky. My neighbor. Lots of drama there, and we're not friends, and we don't really talk ever. And the whole drama is going to be in my book. You'll see it someday. But anyway, the whole drama thing there doesn't really matter. She can casually smoke cigarettes, and I'm like, fuck, she's so fucking lucky. She's so fucking lucky that she can just casually smoke with a drink here and there and never touch her cigarettes for a week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever. And I'm like, and that's not me. It's just not me. That's just not something that I'm able to do at this time in my life. So never have been. It's like, oh, I'm a smoker now, and I'm smoking a couple packs a day, and it's, you know, it's an envy in a good way. Like, damn it, must be fucking nice to just have a fucking cigarette because you need to go to the bathroom and you can't go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it is what it is. And it's stuff that I don't know who I am, but at least it sparks happiness in me, right? It sparks a little bit of happiness in me because I know that the struggle is real for me when it comes to smoking or vaping. But here it is, an hour and 30 minutes. And I still haven't had a puff. And I kind of want to, but it's more of a habit. And I'm not like fiending for it or anything like that. I don't really feel like I need to. Which feels good. It feels really good. And that's a part of that happiness that comes out. It just comes out naturally. I'm so happy that I don't need my crutch. I don't need it. I don't even desire it. God's like, you don't need it because you're filling your cup is running over. I gave that to you. That's my gift. My gift to you is you're serving me, then I will serve you. You don't need that right now. Maybe you can't, maybe I won't quit today, but and maybe I won't. Maybe I will, but maybe I won't. And that's okay. It's quite all right. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. Don't worry about it. Okay? So, that is it. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Stacy. I encourage you to start taking action with channeled insight. I cannot wait to keep talking to you guys. I'm so glad that I'm finding my inner light again. And now, as I close, my throat chakra is getting goofy again. This is just water in here. Yeah. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Thank you. You guys are the best. I cannot wait to see how this how this unfolds as time goes by. I really can't. I just can't wait. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get this posted, but I'll tell you this. Today is, I don't even know the date today. That's because I've been unemployed for so long. I think it's January 22nd? 21st? It's January 21st. Didn't I write that in my journal last night? It's the 22nd. It's got to be the 22nd. You know, that I've been a day. You know what? Let me just. No, I can't. Anyway, 21st or 22nd. I do believe it is a Wednesday. So, of 2025. So we'll see. We'll see how long it takes to get this posted. And should you click on my video? I don't care. You do what you need to do, and I love you no matter what. And if you manage to stay, you're the best. Already, you got a you got a point in my gold star heart, because I talk a lot because I've been quiet for so long, right? And it feels good. It feels good, and I thank you so much for listening. I don't really know what else to say because I'm new. I'm brand spanking new, and so thank you for letting me love you. I hope I helped you. It helped me. Thank you.